Welcome to the guided tour of Puoju parish and the ironworks of Raseborg. It consists of three parts: Puoju past and present, Fiskars ironworks and Svartå. This tour has been funded by Västnyländska kultursamfundet as an EU project. Fiskars Ironworks. Fiskars Ironworks was founded in 1649, thus beginning the story of Fiskars Company too. The ironworks has undergone many different phases, from the production of iron to the manufacture of the famous scissors. Today Fiskars is known as a center for Finnish art and design, and over 100 professional creative artists live and work in the village. High-quality conference rooms, accommodation and restaurants, together with a variety of open studios and shops, mean there's much to interest visitors throughout the year. The village is surrounded by undulating countryside with a mixture of trees which is unique within Finland. Here you can find both ancient, noble broad-leaved trees and coniferous species which are rare in other areas. Moving around Fiskars, you cannot fail to notice the rich bird life. What would Fiskars be without its ducks on the water, its jackdaws in the clock tower and along the main street, its warblers in the sunny groves, and the woodland birds in the surrounding hills? Fiskars Ironworks. History. A Dutchman, Peter Torveste, founded Fiskars Ironworks in 1649 after having been granted the privilege to manufacture cast iron and forged products, with the exception of cannons, from Queen Christina of Sweden. In the same year he also got permission to construct a blast furnace and bar hammer in Fiskars. Torveste had already acquired the ironworks in neighbouring Antskog a few years earlier. In the 17th century the parish of Puoju became an important centre for iron manufacture in Finland. 1640 saw the founding of the Antskog works, the following year those in Bilnes, and the Fiskars works were founded in 1649. Other ironworks had been previously founded nearby at both Svartå and Fagervik. Charcoal from the surrounding woods and the availability of water power made this part of Finland particularly suitable for ironworks. The Fiskars works were used primarily for the production of pig iron for export, but nails, wire, knives, hose and cartwheel rims were also produced, as well as cast iron goods such as saucepans and frying pans. The person to oversee the greatest development of the Fiskars works was probably Johan von Julin, who led and owned the plant for 32 years from 1822. Under his leadership the works focused on the refinement of iron. He also built Finland's first fine forging workshop and a machine workshop at Fiskars. Beyond this, Julin was also a pioneer in agriculture and forestry, and Fiskars works itself was groundbreaking in terms of healthcare and education. Moreover, a voluntary fire service was also founded. The Fiskars Railway. The first true narrow-gauge railway in Finland was built in Fiskars in 1890. Its overall length of 5.5 kilometers took it down to the harbour at Skuru. Owing to the locomotive's small water tank, the train would sometimes have to stop on the homeward journey to take on water from the lake at Borgbyträsket. In the summer it would often cause problems for the fire service, with sparks from the loco starting forest fires. To begin with, the railway was used almost exclusively for the transportation of goods, but later so-called ticket seats were introduced. The most famous passengers to use the line were the Governor-General of Finland Bobrikov and Marshal Mannerheim. Today, the Little Ram, a small green-painted locomotive that served the line until 1952, stands alongside the Fiskars Voluntary Fire Brigade building. The 20th century. By the end of the 20th century, Fiskars had developed into a diverse manufacturing company, providing material not just for the metal industry, but also a range of other products including cranes, flagpoles and electronic goods. The process of internationalization was strengthened by the opening of a scissors factory in the USA in 1977 and the subsequent founding of the subsidiary Fiskars Brands Inc. in 1984. It was around this time that operations of the parent company were reorganized, with industrial production moving to new premises in Bilnes and leaving many of the Fiskars buildings empty. Gradually, artisans, designers and artists were successfully attracted to the village, and the cooperative which was then founded has over 100 members today. The largest professional groups are fine artists, carpenters, ceramicists and industrial designers. Today, Fiskars Company is an international consumer goods company whose growth is firmly rooted in its renowned core brands Fiskars, Iittala, Arabia, Hackman, Gerber, Silva and Basta. Architecture. The architecture of Fiskars is quite distinct from that of other villages in Finland. Built along the banks of the Fiskars stream between three sets of rapids, most of the buildings date from the early 19th century and were designed by some of the most notable Finnish architects of the day, such as Engel, Wijk, Granstedt and Aspelin. The stately manor house, almost 200 years old, and the production plants contribute to the urban atmosphere of the centre of the village. The ironworks main building, the stone house or Stenhuset, was originally the owner's residence and the administrative centre. Today the building is used by the corporation for entertaining. The coppersmithy was originally built in 1818. Today it houses exhibition rooms, a shop and a restaurant. The granary, built of slag brick in solid Renaissance style, has been used for exhibitions since 1996. The red brick clock tower building from 1826 was originally a school. A stable wing was later added and the wooden clock tower was equipped with a genuine Könni clock. The building currently provides accommodation, exhibition space and shops. Fiskars Värdshus from 1836 welcomes visitors to the hotel and restaurant. The new hotel building between Värdshuset and the Assembly Hall was built in 2003.